Welcome to our deep dive into Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber.
Yes.
This YA fantasy novel follows Evangeline Fox.
Right.
She's a young woman who really believes in fairy tales, maybe a little too much.
Yeah, and it kind of backfires on her.
Definitely backfires.
Yeah.
We're going to follow her story chronologically through the book
Okay.
and experience all the twists and turns as she does.
Right.
So to start us off,
Yeah.
Evangeline is heartbroken.
Yeah. So the story starts with her heartbroken.
Right at the very beginning.
Yeah.
The boy she loves,
Luke.
Luke,
Yeah.
is about to marry.
Her stepsister Marisol.
Oh, so that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, it's a tough situation.
Yeah, so Evangeline is obviously desperate for a solution.
Yeah, she's looking for anything to stop this wedding.
So she goes to who?
She goes to the Prince of Hearts.
Okay,
Jax.
Jax, the Prince of Hearts.
Yeah, he's this morally grave figure
Uh-huh.
with a reputation for granting wishes.
Oh, so she's going to him for some magical help?
She thinks he can stop the wedding.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So she seeks out this dark fairy tale figure,
Yeah.
hoping for a miracle.
Hoping for a miracle.
But what does he want?
What does Jax demand in return?
Yeah, what's the price for this?
So he agrees to help, but at a price.
Okay.
3 kisses.
3 kisses.
Yeah, that he gets to decide when and on whom Evangeline will give.
Oh, so he's
Wow.
controlling that aspect of it.
Yeah, it's a strange bargain.
Yeah.
It really foreshadows the manipulative nature of their relationship.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to chapter 2.
Okay.
What are the immediate consequences?
Oh, the fallout is swift
Yeah.
and dramatic.
Okay.
Evangeline gets home and finds the entire wedding party
Yeah.
turned to stone.
What?
What?
Yeah, like statues.
Wow.
It's a shocking turn of events
Yeah.
that immediately raises the stakes.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Way more intense than your typical pre-wedding jitters.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So what does Evangeline do? So to save them from this petrified fate,
Yeah.
she takes a drastic step.
Okay.
She drinks poison.
Oh, no.
Yeah, turning herself to stone as well.
Wow.
It's a selfless act of sacrifice that really sets the tone for her character.
Okay, so chapter 3 sees Evangeline waking up weeks later.
Right.
No longer a statue.
No longer a statue.
So tell us about that.
So it turns out while she was petrified,
Yeah.
the Fates escaped their prison,
Okay.
throwing the land into chaos.
Oh, no.
But Evangeline's selfless act has inspired many to fight back against this turmoil,
Oh, wow.
including the new Empress and Princess.
Wow, so she's inadvertently become a hero.
Yeah, she has.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So she wakes up famous,
Right.
but I imagine her personal life is still a mess.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Luke has disappeared, and Marisol is facing social ostracism
Oh, wow.
because people think she's cursed.
Right.
So for months, Evangeline clings to the hope of Luke's return.
Okay.
But then a letter arrives.
Okay. An invitation from the new royals.
Oh, wow.
They request Evangeline's presence at Nocte Neverending.
That sounds fancy.
Yeah, it's this grand ball in the magnificent north
Oh, wow.
where the crown prince will choose his bride.
So chapter 4 has Evangeline heading north,
Yeah.
hoping for a fresh start.
Hoping for a fresh start.
I bet she wasn't expecting to run into a certain Prince of Hearts again.
You'd be right.
Okay.
She does encounter Jax again,
Ugh.
and he wastes no time reminding her of their agreement.
Oh, no.
He orders her to use her second kiss on the prince.
So even at a royal ball,
Yeah.
she can't escape this bargain?
Nope.
What happens when she kisses the prince?
Well, the prince predictably falls head over heels for Evangeline.
Okay.
Over the following days, she's showered with attention and affection.
Okay.
But Evangeline feels a sense of unease. The prince's love feels obsessive,
Oh.
forced,
Yeah.
and she realizes the truth of her situation.
Okay, so let's move on to chapter 5.
Does Evangeline confront Jax about the prince?
She does.
Okay.
She demands that he undo the effects of her kiss.
Okay.
Jax, the manipulator,
Right.
offers a way out.
Okay.
But of course, there's a catch.
There's always a catch.
There's always a catch.
Yeah.
He insists she first use her second kiss on a prominent matriarch
Okay.
before he'll fix the prince.
So another forced kiss.
Yeah.
And this one reveals a prophecy.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
This kiss reveals a prophecy that seems to center around Evangeline herself.
Okay.
The prophecy speaks of the Valerie Arch,
Okay.
a source of immense power,
Okay.
and Evangeline's role in opening it.
It seems like Evangeline has gone from love problems
Right.
to being the key to some powerful magic.
Yeah, exactly.
Does Jax reveal why he's so interested in this prophecy?
He does.
Yeah.
He confesses that he orchestrated this whole situation.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Because he believes Evangeline is the girl spoken of in the prophecy, the only one who can unlock the Valerie Arch.
So he's been playing a long game here.
Oh, yeah, he has.
Wow, okay, so chapter 6
Yeah,
takes a dark turn.
it does.
What happens with Evangeline and the prince?
So Evangeline does end up using her third kiss on the prince as agreed.
Okay.
However, he unexpectedly dies shortly after.
Oh, no!
Yeah, the cause of death is unclear at this point.
Okay.
And Evangeline finds herself caught in the ensuing chaos.
A poisoned kiss, maybe?
Maybe.
Or something more sinister?
Could be.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
What does Jax do?
He rescues Evangeline,
Okay.
and together they seek out chaos.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a vampire.
A vampire.
Yeah, with a peculiar knowledge of poisons.
Interesting.
They're hoping he can shed light on the prince's death.
Chaos the vampire.
Yeah.
That's an interesting character name.
It is.
So what do they learn from him?
So Chaos reveals that a woman recently sought ingredients for a deadly poison.
Okay.
As they leave his domain, they encounter a pack of changelings.
Changelings.
Yeah, shape-shifting creatures.
Oh, wow.
Driven by a hunger for human flesh.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it is.
And among them is Luke.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So Luke, the boy she made the deal with, Jax, to be with,
Right.
is now a flesh-eating monster.
Pretty much.
This is getting complicated.
It is.
What happens next?
So Luke reveals that Marisol placed a love spell on him
Oh, no.
before their wedding,
Wow.
and then lunges to attack Evangeline.
Oh, my gosh.
But Jax intervenes and takes the bite in her place.
Oh, wow. So Jax took a vampire bite for her.
He did.
Things are getting pretty intense.
They are.
I guess we'll have to wait for part 2 to hear what happens next.
Yes, we will.
Wow. What a cliffhanger.
Right.
So Jax, the Prince of Hearts,
Yeah.
is now a vampire,
He is.
thanks to his selfless act.
Don't
That's certainly a twist I didn't see coming.
mean either.
So chapter 7 picks up with Evangeline
Yeah.
desperately trying to prevent a now vampire Jax
Right.
from biting her.
Yeah.
They struggle through the night.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Their relationship has always been a bit complicated.
Oh, for sure.
But this adds a whole new level of tension.
Absolutely.
Does Jax's vampirism subside as the sun rises?
It does.
Okay.
As dawn breaks, Jax's urges disappear,
Okay.
leaving him weak and exhausted.
Okay.
Evangeline manages to get him back to the city
Okay.
and stumbles upon his hidden apartment.
His apartment.
Yeah.
I wonder what she finds there.
Oh, it's a big reveal.
Okay. Chapter 8, please.
Evangeline makes a shocking discovery.
Okay.
She finds out that Marisol is now engaged.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
To the dead prince's brother.
no.
Yeah. It raises serious suspicions about Marisol's role in the prince's death.
So Marisol is engaged to the new prince.
She is?
She doesn't waste any time, does she?
That-
What does Evangeline do with this new information?
Well, she's determined to uncover the truth.
Okay.
So she brews a truth potion
Okay.
and heads to the palace to confront Marisol.
Ooh. Okay, chapter 9, please.
Okay, so Marisol, however,
Yeah.
is a skilled manipulator.
Right.
She spins a convincing tale,
Uh-huh.
painting herself as the victim,
Oh, no.
and Evangeline,
Yeah.
still clinging to a sliver of trust,
Yeah.
believes her.
Oh, Evangeline's compassion might be her undoing.
It might be.
Chapter 10, what happens next?
In a moment of vulnerability,
Oh, okay.
Evangeline reveals her deal with Jax
Oh.
and how it led to the ruin of Marisol's first wedding.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, it's a mistake that Marisol seizes upon.
Okay, chapter 11.
Marisol reveals her true colors,
Uh-huh.
dropping the act of innocence
Yeah.
and calling for the guards.
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a clear betrayal that
Huh.
shatters Evangeline's trust.
That's rough what happens to Evangeline.
So the guards drag Evangeline to the prince's chamber.
Okay, chapter 12, please.
Okay, in a desperate move,
Uh-huh.
she gets the seemingly dead prince to drink her truth potion.
With the seemingly dead prince?
Does this mean he wasn't actually dead?
That's right.
Oh, wow. Okay, chapter 13, please.
He's alive.
No.
And under the influence of the potion, he confesses to murdering his own brother.
What?
Yeah, to claim the throne.
Wow.
The love spell Marisol cast on him also breaks,
Oh.
freeing him from her control.
So not only was the prince alive,
Right?
but he was also the true villain.
Yeah, he was.
That's quite a plot twist.
It is.
What happens to Evangeline?
So having exposed the truth, Evangeline is reinstated as the rightful princess.
Oh, wow. Okay, chapter 14, please.
It's a moment of triumph, but her joy is short-lived.
Why is that what happens next?
Just as she's about to reunite with Jax, a guard leads her to a hidden chamber where
wow.
she finds the original prince.
The original prince.
Yeah, alive but unconscious.
Okay, so two princes.
Yeah.
One dead, one alive but unconscious.
Right.
This story is full of surprises.
It is.
Where does this revelation leave Evangeline?
When Evangeline pieces everything together
Okay, chapter 16, please.
and realizes the devastating truth.
Okay.
Jax has been manipulating her from the start,
Oh, no.
orchestrating this entire chain of events to fulfill the prophecy and gain access to the Valerie Arch.
So Jax, the mysterious and charming Prince of Hearts,
Yeah,
is the real villain of the story.
he is.
That's a pretty big reveal. What happens next?
So the book ends on a cliffhanger.
Oh, no, chapter 17, please.
Evangeline realizes she can't trust Jax
Right.
and vows to find a way to wake the true prince.
Oh, wow.
It leaves readers on the edge of their seats,
Yeah.
desperate to know what happens next.
What a wild ride.
Yeah.
We've got love spells, betrayal, vampires, prophecies,
Yeah.
and a whole lot of palace intrigue.
It's a lot.
It sounds like Once Upon a Broken Heart is a real page-turner.
It is.
But before we get to the closing,
Yes.
there's one more chapter to cover.
Of course, chapter 18 serves as a sort of epilogue.
Okay.
We see Evangeline struggling with the weight of her recent discoveries and the knowledge that the only person she could depend on,
Yeah.
her maid, Lala, is leaving to protect her family.
It seems like poor Evangeline is all alone now,
Yeah.
with a big decision to make.
Right.
Does she trust Jax?
Right.
Or try to save the prince and possibly fulfill the prophecy he's so interested in?
Those are the questions that will lead us into the sequel.
Okay.
Once Upon a Broken Heart leaves us with more questions than answers,
Right.
which is part of what makes it such a captivating read.
Yeah. Evangeline's in a tough spot.
Yes, she is.
But before we jump into speculating about the sequel,
Right.
let's take a moment to reflect on the themes
Yeah.
and symbolism in Once Upon a Broken Heart.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack here beyond just the plot.
Oh, absolutely.
This book is about so much more than just a girl
Yeah.
trying to win back a boy.
Exactly.
It's a story about trust,
Right.
betrayal,
Uh-huh.
and the consequences of choices made in desperation.
Yeah, I think the theme of trust is so prominent
It is.
throughout the whole novel.
Yeah, Evangeline starts out trusting in fairy tales,
Right.
then Jax,
Uh-huh.
then Marisol,
Yeah,
and each time she's betrayed,
she is.
it makes you wonder if anyone in this world can be trusted.
It really does.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it forces the reader and Evangeline
Yeah,
to grapple with the complexities of trust.
right, because it's not a black and white issue.
Exactly.
Even Jax, who is ultimately revealed as a manipulator,
Right.
performs acts of genuine care for Evangeline.
He does. Yeah.
Interesting.
That brings us to the symbolism of the broken heart itself.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just a romantic metaphor.
No,
Evangeline's heart is broken in so many ways throughout the story
it is.
by her love for Luke,
Right.
by the betrayal of her stepsister,
Uh-huh.
and ultimately by the realization that she's been manipulated by Jax.
Exactly. The broken heart becomes a symbol of Evangeline's journey of
Yeah.
self-discovery.
It represents her vulnerability,
Yes.
her pain,
Right.
but also her resilience. Yeah. And each time her heart breaks,
Uh-huh.
she pieces it back together, stronger than before.
That's a good point. And let's not forget the world building,
Oh, yeah.
the fates,
Right.
the Valerie Arch, the
Uh-huh.
vampires and changeling.
Right. Garber creates this rich tapestry of magic and myth,
She does.
which adds so much depth
Yeah.
and intrigue to the story.
And the magical elements aren't just there for spectacle.
No, they're not.
They serve as metaphors
Right.
for the forces that shape Evangeline's destiny.
Exactly, like the fates
Yeah.
represent the idea of predetermined fate,
Right.
while the Valerie Arch symbolizes the power within Evangeline.
Okay.
The choices she makes will determine which force ultimately prevails.
Speaking of choices,
Yeah,
Evangeline's journey is a testament to the power of free will.
it is.
Even though she's caught in a web of prophecy
Right.
and manipulation,
Yeah,
she ultimately makes her own decisions.
she does.
It's a message of hope
Yeah.
and empowerment for readers.
Absolutely. Once Upon a Broken Heart reminds us that even when we feel trapped,
Yeah.
we always have the ability to choose our own path.
It may not be easy,
No.
and there may be consequences,
Right.
but we have the power
Yeah.
to shape our destiny.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
what are your final thoughts on Once Upon a Broken Heart?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
Would I recommend it? Absolutely.
Okay.
Once Upon a Broken Heart is a captivating blend of fantasy,
Yeah.
romance, and intrigue.
Uh-huh.
It's a story that will stay with you long after you finish reading.
I agree. Garber's writing is engaging.
It is.
The characters are complex.
Yeah,
And the world building is imaginative and immersive.
it is. If you're looking for a book that will keep you guessing
Yes.
until the very end, this is it.
I couldn't agree more. Once Upon a Broken Heart is a must-read for fans of fantasy romance
Uh-huh.
and anyone who enjoys a good dose of magic and intrigue. And of course, we can't wait to dive into the sequel, A Ballad of Never After,
Yes.
and see what fate has in store for Evangeline next.
I'm excited.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.